Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. This is Mercedes, also known as That Mom and That Mom Wellness Coach here on the internet. And today I am back with another video, and don't worry, you're not going crazy when you watch this video. I am definitely wearing different shirts in this video because this video was filmed many different days and today I'm finally filming the intro of this video. So what is this video going to be? Well, I have been in a making mode, and honestly, I have been making everything, and I got sick, and I still was making things, sorry. Once I got better, let me preface by saying that I did get better enough that I decided I wanted to make stuff. So, in this video, pre-sick Mercedes is going to make a pumpkin roll. Yes, a pumpkin roll. I am practicing for making a Yule log today, not today, but I'm practicing for making a Yule log for Yule this year. So I made a pumpkin roll. I made that right after Halloween. So pre-sick Mercedes on that one. And then after sick Mercedes, well, day 4, 5, sick Mercedes, when Mercedes started to feel a little bit better, I went to go take my kids to do flu shots, and I, spur of the moment, decided I have yeast, I'm gonna make pumpkin cinnamon rolls because I had the next day off, which I also ended up doing a lot of stuff. I had to go get my oldest registered into high school. I'm waiting for the high school to give me a call back to let us know if we are indeed going to that school. And my youngest one just went along for the ride with me, and we went to the library that day too, in between stops to kind of just rest, and also public potty and everything. So that was after sick Mercedes, or just about done being sick Mercedes. This is 2 weeks after being sick, or this is 2 weeks of being sick, because I still have a little bit in the nose, and I still most of the day sound like I have been gurgling nails. So this is the best voice that I've had all day long. And friends, I know if you tell me today, and I know who's watching, if you know which day this is. Yes, my voice did sound horrible this morning. It does sound horrible still. I got home, I took a shower, and I took a cough drop at the same time because I knew I was going to be filming this intro. But yes, anyway, so the two recipes are pumpkin roll and pumpkin cinnamon rolls. I forgot what the heck they were called for a second. Pumpkin cinnamon rolls. Well, the recipe said pull parts, but they are clearly cinnamon rolls, and it's pumpkin. So pumpkin. I still have a cup of pumpkin left in the fridge. My kids are wondering if we could do some sort of dessert for Thanksgiving because, surprise, that's Thursday. This video will definitely be out after Thanksgiving. So yeah, another video I will show you what dessert we made with that pumpkin, if any. So yeah, so without further ado, here are 2 different pumpkin recipes. Now, real quick, real fast, let me tell you guys that I used canned pumpkin puree, organic canned pumpkin puree, and canned pumpkin puree. I didn't get organic for both of the cans. The second can was cheaper. Usually I like to actually do a full pumpkin. I will leave that video right there of how to cut and prepare and prep a whole pumpkin. My pumpkins didn't grow, so I didn't have any pumpkins to use from scratch. I have, I think, a spaghetti squash growing right now in the garden, and I'm excited for it. So anyway, yeah, so before I have done, I'll put it right there, full pumpkin, and I've cut it and I've baked it and I did everything from scratch, so I'll leave that video there. And I'll also leave the fail of pumpkin scones that we did one year, along with the very well done pumpkin pasties from my Harry Potter cookbook. And I have another pumpkin recipe. I think there's pumpkin donuts. I will leave those all in the cards right there. So without further ado, on to this video of semi-fail, but mostly good. They all tasted delicious. They tasted absolutely delicious.
Okay, friends, so I wanted to give a little bit of correspondences for some of these ingredients because, as you guys know, I like to call myself a kitchen witch. So, sugar helps sweeten spells, it attracts the spells, and they help with protection spells and healing spells. Pumpkin, which is a whole pumpkin video, aids prosperity, fertility, creativity, luck, warding against evil, divination, money, and healing. Also, we have cloves, which is also healing, love, and money, and exorcism. That's a nice one to put in there. Cinnamon is abundance, wealth, money, riches, and prosperity. We got vanilla, peace and tranquility. We've got cardamom. I'm pretty sure that's in the pumpkin pie spice, which is clarity, courage, direction, and wisdom. We've got just a little bit of everything, and I don't want to give every single correspondence because I do that in a lot of things now. And I just wanted to say from the kitchen witch perspective that both of these recipes are really delicious and they have a lot of good magical properties, but also they can be done from Lammas all the way through Yule. So we got Lammas, Mabon, Samhain, and Yule. Sorry, got my tongue a little bit there, but it's okay. Also, what you guys don't see in the video because it's sped up so much is that every ingredient, I was thinking to myself what the ingredient means to me and what the ingredient means to my family. And since these are things that we enjoyed as a family, I wanted them to be the ultimate family love and protection. So I wanted to put all my love and protection for my family into these dishes. So that is what they ended up being, and they can be literally anything that you guys want. Also, we made these for Samhain. I made the pumpkin roll for Samhain, and as you guys know, Samhain is the time of the year that we're thinking about our ancestors, and the veil is thin. Well, it's one of the 2 times of the year, but the veil is the thinnest, and I just was in my zone, just thinking about, my great-grandparents would love this recipe, and
I'm gonna do something incredibly stupid. Watch, see if it works. Okay.
Stop talking enough for my inner video voice to clip up right there, because I didn't know what I was doing when it came to making these recipes, and I was just following the recipes, and I tried my best. And you guys know we don't have a real oven that we're working with. We have our confectioner's oven, which is really good, but also at the same time, it's not the same size as an oven at all. So the pan I was using was a little bit smaller than what I should have used. And now, like I said in the beginning, and I think I say it again at the end, I had a coworker that I was talking to because I overheard her talking about making a pumpkin roll, and I was asking her how she got hers to not break, and she was telling me it's just practice. And what she does is she takes a tea towel that's kind of warm, so fresh out of the dryer, no what's it called, dryer sheet, of course, a nice warm tea towel, and she takes the warm cake and takes off the parchment and just rolls it up in the tea towel so that it's a little bit more malleable. I just left it in the parchment and I rolled it in the parchment. And I don't know if it's that I rolled it too fast or that, again, it wasn't the right pan, but it did have that crack in the center, which I'm kind of going to pan over and show you guys in the video. But I think the frosting, the filling really helped hide the fact that that had happened. So I am overall very happy with the pumpkin roll, and I'm very excited to try my Yule log here. Yeah, so I hope the footage was nice, and I'll let you watch a little bit of me trying to roll this, and we'll be back in the next little segment.
Alright guys, what did you guys think about that recipe, the pumpkin roll? I spoke with some people that do rolls, and they told me a couple secrets to try to get it to not crack like it did, which, that's a little bit of a fail. But it's okay. I was told to take off the parchment paper and actually roll it with a tea towel. So I'm going to try that when I try my Yule log, and fingers crossed it won't break, but also I feel like I know how to spread it on the pan now a little bit better, because as you saw in the video, it was a little bit everywhere. So I didn't get any footage of us trying the pumpkin roll. It was delicious. It disappeared before everybody got a piece of it. So I have to make it again. So we're gonna make another one, and hopefully it won't crack that next time. So not gonna make it at the same time as I make the Yule log. I don't know, probably not, most definitely not. But anyway, on to the next video, or on to the next pumpkin recipe.
Okay, so this is our cinnamon pull apart dough that we're starting right here. Well, it's our cinnamon pull apart, like cinnamon roll, but it's pumpkin. Yes, pumpkin. Did I leave that part out? Cinnamon pumpkin pull apart. And it is another one that has a lot of the same correspondence, so I'm not going to list those again, and I'm going to list them again at the end of the video anyway. But again, this was a first for me making these, and again, I was channeling all of my inner love for my family and everything, even though I was very manic while doing this, because true that mom fashion, I left very little time to actually do this between deciding that I was going to do it, and we had to be across town at 3 o'clock to do my kids' flu shots, because I was sick prior to this video, or prior to doing this segment of the video, and then I was also sick for another 2 weeks. I am doing this voiceover today, December 4th. Should be the day you guys are seeing this video, and I am still at the tail end of a killer migraine from being sick. So all in all, I was sick most of November and the first week here we are of December. So lovely. Nobody other than my family had these rolls and everything, and we were all exposed to the same air, so everybody was fine. And as you guys see later in the video, when I go to taste test, I do not share the same, like, I don't just bite into it and share it. But anyway, this one was really fun to do.
We're gonna make brown butter for this recipe. What I have here is that my recipe wants 1/3 cup brown butter, so this is 1/3 cup butter. I have it over medium heat, and we are going to let this go until brown. My egg needs to be at room temperature, so I'm making this part first of the recipe, and then this needs to completely solidify back up in the refrigerator. So I'm skipping to this part of the recipe, but this is going to be a fun process because I've never made brown butter before. It seems simple. All you have to do is melt it, let it go until brown, and make sure you get all the nice brown yummy yummies. So, and it said a plastic or silicone spatula, so using silicone spatula. Can't almost see what it still says. So Yep. Go do that. Be back.
Yeah, so nearly burnt the brown butter. I was asking my mother-in-law because she's made brown butter plenty of times, and she was like next to me as I was doing this. So I nearly burnt it, but in the end, I did not end up burning it. It ended up turning out quite good, and now I know how to make brown butter. But simply is what I was telling you guys in the last clip is that you just low and slow, and or like not really low, but like medium and slow, and you just make it brown and get all that yummy browniness. And it's like I thought it tasted that. I thought it smelled like candy, and I was told no, that's not like a candy smell. That's like a nutty smell that you're smelling. But again, I was still at the tail end of being sick, so yeah. Next time I make brown butter, I definitely will let you guys know if it smells more nuttier or if it still smells like candy to me. Again, I left very little time to do this. It took this first part to get the dough made was only supposed to take about maybe 20-30 minutes in total to do, and then I had to let it proof for 2 hours. So I was like, okay, I can get it made and it can proof while we're gone doing what we're doing and everything. So that part kind of worked out, but at the end, like I keep walking away right here, is because we're getting really close to time to go. So I had to get stuff ready, and I had to make sure like my kids were getting ready to go and everything. So yeah, next time I will plan better, but I still. Okay, so I followed the directions, and this is not my first time working with yeast. I think I kind of briefly touched on that for a second in the last clip for the brown butter. The recipe told me just to put everything in the pan with the warm milk and the yeast. I think next time I make this, I will let the yeast and the warm milk kind of bubble on the side to activate, because other recipes I've done have made me do that and activate the yeast on the side. I have gone from being a complete novice with working with active dry yeast to kind of now knowing what I have to do with dry yeast. You guys can see right here that this did double in size from what it was, but I have a feeling it could be much bigger in size if I would have, done it right. Another thing I would have done right here is that you see me struggling to um, get it to be a shape that I like. I think in the future I would cut the dough. I would probably cut the dough in half and then get two smaller pieces, or I would make it the size I want and then cut it down the uneven parts on the outsides, because you'll see what it looks like after I cut it. It wasn't that it turned out bad, it's just it turned out kind of wonky after I rolled it, but it was fine because after it proofed and everything, it became massive. Another reason why I think that we can actually probably cut this the dough in half and do half and half, like I said, my confectioner oven is not the size of a normal oven. It would probably have fit in my original pan that you guys see me trying to put it in. Here's that wonky roll, guys. Let me know in the comments. But it probably would have fit in that original pan better in the beginning, or one of our round pans that we have. We do have round pans, but I could have taken this recipe from being 8 rolls, really nice 8 rolls. I probably could have turned this into 16 rolls, no problem. They were huge, and you just kind of want to sit down and eat a whole thing. Later in the video, you see me testing them, and oh my gosh, they were so good. I used to work in the mall, and I used to go by a certain cinnamon roll place, and this smelt like said certain cinnamon roll place. I'd never eaten there, and I never had a really warm one from there, so this is what I can only imagine it being. I had asked my husband because he's of course had some while I used to work at the mall. He did have some every once in a while, but I just wasn't about all that sugar at the time. This is the frosting, and the frosting we used that brown butter earlier in. I tried to show you guys the ingredients at the part that I have in the video, so I really hope it's not too all over the place, even though you guys know me and my typical that mom style. I'm all over the place and I'm usually very much like very very manic in a lot of the things that I do. So that's just my normal personality. But I think that that actually helped in the end, because making cinnamon rolls is such like a delicate process, but it's also like not. So, and like I said, the whole time I was thinking about, how happy my family is going to be to have this and all of the little bits of the magic that I was putting in there. And I was just very excited that A, I was doing this, and B, it was already looking and smelling so good. I didn't get a little video of it halfway proofed, but they doubled from, because you do two proofs with them. You do the proof before you roll it out, and then you do the proof after it's been cut and put in the pan. The second proof was about 30 minutes to an hour. We let it go for an hour because we were eating dinner, and I think that it turned out perfect. I think if I do this again, like I said, I'm going to cut it into two and definitely do. Well, maybe we'll do some for actually for Yule, because I think I still have some canned pumpkin to do this with. But anyway, I'm gonna let you guys get back to the video. Look at how beautiful that looks. And oh my gosh. Okay, back to the video, guys. We'll see you in the video, Mercedes.
Try this piece right here. It's just phenomenal. This is so good. Like, oh, guys, just look at that zoom right there. Yeah. That is good. That is fluffy. Yeah, it's fluffy, it's caramely. Look at that. I thought a good couple times today that I ruined it. That's good. You can eat it without the frosting. That's what I've just been told. So that is that good. Yay, I'm happy. This is my little share piece to share with everybody, because it's very, very sweet, and I still have some stuff to do, and I'm not gonna put myself into a sugar coma, but it turned out really good. Yeah, I'm gonna go share. I told my daughter, because now both of my kids are asleep, that in the morning, well, I told both of my daughters that in the morning they'll be able to have some of this. I'm gonna get started with these dishes now. I'm gonna eat the rest of this, and I'm gonna finish up with the rest of my projects here. I'm gonna go give some of this to my husband, and I'll see what he thinks. But I want to thank you guys ever so much for joining me in this video. It's been a hodgepodge video, but I hope you enjoyed these two great pumpkin recipes. The pumpkin roll, which I'm sorry I didn't get on camera of the tasting process, but it was delicious, and I need to make that again. And these pumpkin cinnamon pull-aparts. Pumpkin cinnamon roll, cinnamon bun, pull apart. I saw them go by so many names online. That is well, let's just say pumpkin cinnamon roll. Since these are two great pumpkin recipes for your holiday Sabbath season, and like I said a couple times, and like I probably have put now on the screen a few times, different correspondence magically for them. Cinnamon is good for prosperity. Pumpkin is good for prosperity as well, I believe. Sugar sweetens the deal. This is a wonderful family dish. This is wonderful thankful dishes. These are wonderful harvest dishes, because pumpkin is very much in season still. You can make this from Samhain all the way down to Yule, especially with the canned pumpkin. I will share you guys my video up here on the end screen of how to cut and prep a pumpkin from scratch that I did a few years back, and I'll also throw down a little bit of a fail recipe of making pumpkin scones, which I would really like to try again this year. So maybe we'll get another great pumpkin recipe. But for now, thank you guys for joining me, and we will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys. Oh, also, hug your loved ones tight and make sure to hydrate because 'tis the season. And as you can hear in my voice, we just got over being sick and not doing that again. So thank you guys again, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Make sure to subscribe if you're not subscribed. Hello to my 152 subscribers at this point in time, and hello to everybody that is seeing my videos for the first time. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for subscribing. Make sure to hit the thumbs up button, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye. This is good. That is good. Bye.